Hello, we have Stephanie,
Hello.
first instructional pickleball lesson. Now, she does not have any experience with pickleball and no experience with tennis, and this is going to be a brand new first lesson. We're going to go over the basics. Now, the first thing we're going to go over is the grip. Now, the grip should be a continental grip. I'm going to show Stephanie the grip, and it's knuckle on, let's go a little closer. So it's going to be knuckle on bevel 2. So let go for a second. So bevel 1 is on top, bevel 2, bevel 3, bevel 4. Now when I say knuckle, it's this knuckle. So you want to go knuckle on bevel 2, and that's going to be your grip for every shot. It's going to be for the backhand, the forehand, the volleys, everything. Now there's two types of shots that are really important in pickleball. There's the dink, and the dink is a short ball that you try to just get the ball back over low to their feet. We're going to practice that first because the dink is actually one of the most common shots there is in pickleball. And then there's the drive. The drive is when you're back behind the baseline and you want to try to hit the ball a little deeper and harder. So we're going to practice the dink first. And the nice thing to practice the dink is it's a good way to warm up, get a feel of the ball, and it's actually a pretty common shot. So it's good to practice it as well. So when we practice the dink, we're going to just be right up on the kitchen line. And remember, we can't step into the kitchen. This is called the kitchen or the no volley zone. So we can't step into the kitchen and make contact out of the air. We have to be behind the kitchen line, hitting the ball out of the air. If we even touch one part of the line and we make contact out of the air, that's still a fault and you would lose a point. So you need to let the ball bounce, and then we can step in the kitchen line and then hit. So when we warm up, actually, why don't you start right here, Stephanie? You're good. Right there. So when we warm up and practicing the dinks, remember, continental grip, keeping the wrist and forearm really solid, just like that. So when we hit, we don't want any type of deviation with that racket. It's just here to here. The minute we start to get wristy, we become very inconsistent. So we're going to start off just by hitting a few balls back and forth, nice and easy, getting a feel of the ball, and try to put the ball right in front of me. This is a nice little warm-up drill. Here we go, Stephanie. That's it. And a lot of this is just getting a feel of the way the ball bounces. It's nothing like a tennis ball. This is more like a wiffle ball. It's plastic, it has holes in it. You can't really hit the ball that hard, but you just have to get the timing of the contact point. Good, Stephanie. Oh, I spoke too soon. Okay, good. Keep it solid on the wrist. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, you doing good? Okay. Yeah, watch that ball, Stephanie. Kick it away. Good. Keeping the wrist straight. Good. That's it. That's the only way that you can get a consistent ball, is to have a consistent type of a shot. You see, when you are inconsistent, not you, but anybody, when a person's inconsistent with this wrist, they won't be very consistent with the ball. So we want to make sure that that motion and that wrist and that forearm is the same way every time. That's the only way that you can get consistent with your shots. Good. Good. Okay. All right, let's see if we can get 10 in a row. Watch that ball there, Stephanie. Good kick. Oh, 1 point for you. Okay. And you know, after playing for 20, 30 minutes, or after the second or third time playing, you'll get a much better feel of the ball. Right now, for the first lesson, is just learning the grip, learning a few strokes, and really getting a feel of the way the ball bounces. Good. Good. That's it. Good. Almost, almost. Motion looked pretty good. You kept it pretty stable. You just got a little jerky. That's it. Be smooth with it. Very nice. Try to watch the ball right to the paddle. Okay, good job. Now we're going to go for backhands. So backhands, remember, same grip. We're going to flip it around, and we're going to try to keep this pretty stable. We're not going to get very wristy with it. We're going to keep it very stable. One unit. Make sure we have the right grip. That looks good, Stephanie. Good. That's it. Almost. That was my fault. Oh! Come on. Good try. Good try. Okay. Almost. And that's, again, just getting a feel of the ball. Nope. Out. Okay. 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 Good. That's it. Ah, almost. Nice, Stephanie. Okay, now a good game to play, a good warm-up game to play is take that ball, pick up that ball, put it about 5 or 6 inches in front of you and see if it can stay up there. Just like that. See if it stays. It's going to be a slight amount of breeze. Go ahead and stop it there. See if it can stay. Okay, all right. So now this is a good little warm-up game you can play on the dink. I'm going to try to hit your ball. You're going to try to hit my ball. Now you have to let the ball bounce. So when we rally back and forth, you can't just step up here and take the ball out of the air. You have to let it bounce and see if it can hit this ball. Okay, so I'm going to try to hit yours. You try to hit mine. This is a good little fun game to warm up the dink and to improve your accuracy and consistency on the dink. Almost. Okay, so now I'm going to give you a little tip when you try to take pace off. When you try to take pace off, you don't take the paddle back and then stop it. You take the paddle back a little shorter and then you finish through a little bit. So you see, if I'm going for that ball, I don't want to do this and then this. I want to do short and go through the contact point a little bit. Does that make sense? Okay. Let's watch that ball there. Watch that ball behind you. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So now we went over the dink. The dink is one of the most common shots there is in tennis. The dink is one of the most common shots there is in pickleball, and it's a good way to warm up and practice it. And the key is to keep that wrist and grip, keep it stable. We don't want to get wavy with it. We don't want to get too big with the take back and short with the follow through. It's a short take back. You want to push through the contact point, but keeping this stable. Now we're going to go for more of a serve, but more of the serve is, well, now we're going to go for more of a drive shot. So we have the dink, which is close, and we have the drive, which is back here. Now the drive consists of a few different parts. Now the first thing is the grip, just like we went over, making sure we have the right grip. And if you're new to pickleball, you want to be checking your grip on a regular basis because, you know, if it's new to you, it's going to be moving all around. So we want to hit for a few minutes and then check, make sure we're in the right spot. So when we talk about a drive shot, it's a much bigger take back than the dink. So we're much further back, and you see the pickleball doesn't go very fast. You have to really hit the ball hard to get the ball over the net and then deep in the court. So we want to take our paddle back a little bit further to generate more pace. So it's a bigger take back and it's a bigger follow through. We want to really keep everything accelerating through. So same grip, but also keeping this arm, wrist, and forearm pretty solid and pretty stable through the shot. You can roll it around a little bit, but you definitely don't want to get wristy. So we're going to try a few with Stephanie. This is the first time we practice this shot, so we'll see how it goes.
Let's do it.
Okay. Okay, good grip. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop the ball, and I want you to take the paddle back. Now you notice one thing, you see how the paddle is a little bit tilted down towards the ground. That's actually a pretty important point. We want to tilt that paddle down towards the ground. We don't want to take the paddle like this, because when we do this, we're going to wind up swinging and kind of closing that racket face, and it's too hard to time it right. So we take the paddle back, we want to keep it stable, have it tilted down, hit, and then roll it around, and a little bit of a follow through like this. Okay, so we're going to try a few. Okay, Stephanie, Stephanie, Stephanie. Yep, and then make sure we keep that. Make sure we keep this stable. So we're not waving it around. We're just here to there.
Okay.
That's right. So I'm going to drop you a ball, and I just want you to hit it deep in the court. Okay. That's it. It's going to take you a few to get the timing. That's it. Now I want you to freeze on your finish. So when you hit, I want you to freeze on your finish.
Like freeze?
No, just freeze after you finish your stroke. Freeze.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Now you see, you're finishing right here. We want to keep a little bit sideways. We want to roll it around a little bit. We want to let the racket come slow down naturally. We don't want to hit it and stop it. Okay. That's it. Keep it going. Now here's what I want you to do. I want you to watch my finish here. You see how I kind of roll it around. I kind of put the elbow up. You don't need necessarily the biggest follow through like in tennis, but it needs to be in close to it. It needs to be in the same line. Okay.
How are my legs?
No, your legs are fine. Legs are fine. Yeah, legs are here. We're facing sideways, and we're going to rotate through with our body. Okay, here we go. That's it. Good. That's it. Okay, now wrap it around your shoulder. When we get up to here, just let it go. I don't care where the ball goes. If you miss it, you miss it. That's it. Good. I felt that. I felt that acceleration. Nice job. That's it. Good. You feel more acceleration?
I feel something.
Yes. Because when you follow through properly, that means you're accelerating through the contact point. And if you're not following through properly, then you're actually decelerating and you're getting less power. So I like those last two follow-throughs. Okay, let's go again. That's it. Good. Now you went in the net because your paddle was a little bit closed. You see, if the ball goes in the net too much, that means that our paddle is a little bit closed like this. We need to open it up. Let's say the ball goes out. It's just a little bit too open. Now on the other side, let's say you miss it left and right. That has to do with the timing of the swing. So if you swing too early, you catch the ball. Let's say you swing too early, you catch the ball too far out in front of me, ball's going to go too far left. If I swing too late, meaning catch the ball too far behind me, it's going to go too far right. So every time you miss a shot, you should have an idea of why you missed it. Okay, here we go. Big follow through. Almost. Paddle was a little bit closed.
So open.
Yep, a little bit more open.
Where's open?
Open means this is more open.
Oh, so.
This is more closed. This is the way you are.
Okay.
This is more open.
Turn it.
Yep.
So I can move my wrist, right?
You can move your wrist a little bit though. So it's just, we can just slightly move our wrist. We don't want to get a lot of movement in there. Okay, here we go. Almost. Here we go. Let's get a feel for it. See your grip.
Too far away.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Just make good contact. That's it. Good shot. Like that one, Stephanie. That's it. Good. All righty. Good. Get that wrist straight. Here to there. You see how when you hit, that wrist is right there. It's straight. I still feel like we're doing this. We're almost like helping it up. Do you feel that?
Yeah, because I feel like I'm open.
Yeah. You wanna have, you see, it's going to be naturally open from the grip. If you have the right grip, this paddle is going to be naturally open. If you have the wrong grip, then you're going to have to adjust your wrist. And whenever you have to adjust your wrist mid-swing, you won't get a very consistent shot. Okay. That's it. Good. That's it. Good. Now, from the ball, I can still see the ball has some side spin. I'm not sure if you see that. I can see that. So what that tells me is we're coming across the ball too much rather than going straight through that ball. So watch my shot. Watch how I go straight through that shot. Straight through that shot. You notice what kind of spins on the ball? It's a little bit of rotating with topspin. What you're doing is you're kind of coming across it. Watch the spin. You're kind of coming across it, and we're sliding across it. So try to go straight through that ball.
Okay.
Okay, let me adjust your grip. Okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go just from here, and then I don't care if even if you get the ball over the net, I want you to go from here, hit, and then try to follow through, but keep this as stable as possible. Okay.
I'm moving my wrist.
A little bit, right?
Yeah.
And I can tell from the spin, but that's okay. You know what? This is your first lesson. This is your first lesson
Bring
ever.
the ball closer to me.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. Here comes a closer ball to you. Oh, that was better.
Okay.
Did you notice the spin on the ball?
No.
Yes. The spin on the
There's
ball
no
actually
spin.
had a little bit of spin. I can see
Yeah.
the rotation. You can't see it yet, but I can see the way the ball's rotating. That was a much better shot. Okay, I'm going to get it closer to you again. Good. That was much better. So, what that now did you hear? I'm going to talk to the camera a little bit. Did you hear she said, bring it closer to me? So she was out here and somehow she felt like she was coming across it, and when she made contact in here, it was better. So what that means is when she's in a game situation, she needs to think about her footwork and trying to get her body in the right position. That's where positioning and footwork really are important. So if she's not moving her feet, she's going to be hitting that ball away from her and then not hitting as consistent shot. Okay. Ready?
Ready.
Better. Much better. Good job. Okay. That's it. Okay, I like what I'm seeing here, Stephanie. Very nice. I'm not sure. Do you see the spin?
No.
Okay.
That was another spin.
That was another good spin. No, it was a good spin.
Am I supposed to do spins?
Not necessarily. You're not trying to think about spin, but the ball will come off rotating a certain way. So it will come off rotating a certain way, but you're not really thinking about spin. It's not right now, at least. Maybe in the future. Okay, that was side spin. That one came across sometimes. Okay. Okay. Good. That's it. Very nice. Okay, that's the last ball. Good job. Okay, so we're going to recap real quick. So again, we have Stephanie here. First lesson, no tennis experience, first pickleball experience, and she actually did a really good job. We went over dinks, we went over the grip, we went over keeping the wrist and forearm really solid, which is probably the most important thing. And then we played a little warm-up game and added some dinks to that. And then we came back and we worked on the drive shot. And with the drive shot, she had a trouble spinning the ball. She was kind of wristy. We wanted to keep that wrist and forearm as solid as possible, just like the dink, but just a bigger take back and a bigger follow through. That's really what it is. It's just a bigger take back to generate more power and a bigger follow through to generate more power. So this is a beginner's lesson, and I have to thank Stephanie. Thank you, Stephanie, for coming out. You did great, and we'll see you next time.
Yes.